Speaking of balance, bro, and I know a lot of producers have this challenge. I know, it was my challenge too. When I was working full time. How did you manage your time, like with the job, with the family, kids? When did you work like on music? Because
Yeah.
a lot of people be like, yo, like when am I supposed to produce? You know what I'm saying? And like I know my routine was, usually from like 9 or 10 p.m. to 2 in the morning. But what was yours, man? How did you get it done?
Yeah, good question. So for me, man, we both work in technology. So, um, for me, in cybersecurity, it wasn't always real crazy. So I
Mm-hmm.
would have days where, it would be slow and then I could just get off, and just go straight to the studio and really work. But the thing about it for me is like my mind, man, like most of the day, pretty much most of my mind is consumed with music. So I wake up in the morning with music on my mind. Throughout the day, music is on my mind. I'm creating music all of the time in my head.
Mm-hmm.
So you know how like Jay-Z, they say he has like what 100 raps already in his head that he's memorized.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it is with me with music. So like my fan is on right now, and if I catch something from that fan that really triggers some kind of rhythm or whatever, I'll start creating a whole, the basis of a composition off of that.
Wow.
I'll go to my voice recorder on my phone, save it, and then come in the studio later and start laying it down.
Yeah.
And so that's just how it is for me. It's just like day and night, you know, music is on my mind. I sleep with it on my mind, wake up with it on my mind. And I mean, that's just me. It's like that's who I was created to be. So,
That's
you
dope.
know, being in corporate, man, and just being in the field that I am, and having a lot of opportunities to not be you know overworked or whatever, and I can
Mm-hmm.
get off and being able to work from home,
Yeah.
that's big because I used to be in a car 3 hours a day, man, like back and forth to work.
Oh
And
man.
so by the time I would get home, like I would leave home like 6 in the morning. I wouldn't get back home till like 7, at night, depending on the traffic, because the traffic is so bad.
Yeah.
So I get home, I'm like, yo, I don't want to do nothing, man. Like, the weekend conference husband, I don't want to do nothing.
Yeah.
And then, the remote work came in, and then it was like, okay, I don't have to go, to get on this highway. I can log in early. I can log off early.
Mm-hmm.
On my lunch break, I can go into my studio and start writing.
That's
You know,
dope.
I can create a whole song, depending on how I'm feeling. 5, 10 minutes, I have the whole thing laid out, and it's good to go. And then I'll just save it, and then I'll come back later and do the mixing and the mastering of it, and
Yeah.
then send it off. So,
That's dope.
it's just, I just found something that worked for me, like just when I have those days. So sometimes I'll work on Mondays, I work on Wednesdays, and
Mm-hmm.
then Fridays I'll work. And then on the weekends, like if I'm not going to church on Sunday,
Mm-hmm.
I'll work that Saturday night. So I'll work maybe, you know, from 6 to like 12 and
Okay.
knock out a whole lot of stuff, and then just take Sunday and relax. So yeah, that's pretty much it, man. It's just trying to find what works, because you want to have family time there too and
Right.
everything too, because that's very important. So yeah.
Yeah. That's dope, man. Yeah, I know when I worked in IT, I was a field tech, so I kind of had that flexibility too,
Mhm.
where if I finished my day, all my calls, I could go home. It was days I'd be home by noon. Some days earlier than that. Some days I didn't have anything. I didn't have to go out. So like, I would use that time to just grind. Like I got a whole day to myself, still getting paid on both sides, the music and work. So you just
Yeah.
you find a way to get it in and work it out. Or if you're at an office like all day, sometimes, man, you gotta take inventory of what you're doing with your time too, because a lot of
Mhm.
people they'll work 8 hours or more, come back home, and then binge on a TV show for 2 3 hours. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, can you sacrifice that TV show to get where you want to go? You know what I mean? To have more of your time back. So sometimes you may have to give up some things to get to where you want to go.